Okay. Apparently, I don't have any voice, any sound. Do I have any sound? I should have some sound there. It was a dream, so is there any sound? Could be anything, but what I remember, it wasn't. But I looked up, and that's what I saw. This, but obviously, it was all the points together, and it looked like I was inside of a pyramid. Go figure. That is true. And since then, I am obsessed with this shape, and you will see it in mostly of my entire collection of works. And the faces, it's because I love human face. It could be any face. It doesn't mean that I am having any connection with the person. Sometimes I don't know the person, I just want to work on the face on some of my pieces, and this one is always the last layer. Sometimes when I have this space and the ventilation, I use oil. The last piece and the last layer is oil. Normally when I have the space in the the ventilation, I don't want to become like some artists that you can get in some situations when you breathe the fumes, the fumes. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I have another one, which is I can show you. I can just switch this piece pretty easy, and that one is not frame. This one has frame, and by the way, the frame, it is on concrete, but it's not like concrete only. It's just I use concrete to cover the wood, and for some reason it makes them very resistant to a lot of things. Okay, so I'm gonna change the piece really quick. I have another one that I like to introduce you, and it's the same. This is the same collection of faces. It has the same size. This is a 24 by, I like to say 24 by 30. Let me bring the other one. Heavy, but not that heavy. Kind of heavy. This is, I don't know if you recognize this space, but I just use pieces, places that I found interesting. Oh no, this is too high. Let me just put it like this. It's just I like to work with faces. Some of the faces are from people that I know mostly, and some people like they're successful in the arts and so on. So as you can see, this piece also has the squares, but they look similar, but they're not the same. So this is another one, and it doesn't have the frame yet. These pieces are really old. I mean, I worked on them like long time, but the one that I showed you before, I didn't have any face on that, and recently I met some really nice person that let me, work on her face, which was very nice. I think I'm gonna use this like that. I will use this other piece. Let's see what we have here. I like also using a lot of, as you can see, I think this is too high also, like easel. See, this is a long, very unusual for me to work on long pieces like this. This one is not that recent either, but as you can see, my palette is similar. I like medium orange, and I use a lot of marks for black, and also all the purple colors with white lines, and you can say that is my signature. This one here has concrete. I use concrete sometimes in pieces. This is pretty interesting. I don't know if you can see some texture from there maybe. How about that? This little one. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what I do in my open studios on Friday. What I do many times is I show how to stretch the canvas, how to gesso it, and how to make pieces. This is just my work, but it's free to the people that want to be in the video, or they just watch to use their own technique, or I just want to be some sort of inspiration, if I might say that. So this piece is recent, and I was working in other piece, and then I cut it. It was just a little accident. So I use this canvas because I like to be sustainable. So I reuse a lot of my materials, and sometimes it's I gotta be honest with you, I don't have a lot of resources, so I reuse it again. Like I'm sure many painters in the past and now they do. So I reuse canvases or even the frames. This one I reuse, and so this is all like sustainable. I like to call it sustainable because I do like taking care of the environment in that way. So I don't, if I use tape, which I always use, you saw my video previously, I use a lot of tape. So I try to reuse the tape until it doesn't have any glue lines. And it works just to my supplies last longer, which is great, and I do feel like I contribute to the environment, which made me feel extremely happy. And this piece is also recent, and I don't know if you can see here, I like to experiment with different material. This is charcoal. It's actually, and I mixed it with like acrylic, and I paint, but it didn't work that well. It didn't stick well, so that's why I decided to just work on this specific little canvas. And that's that for this piece. Really think it's beautiful. You can see the grace. I hope you can guys see. Maybe now that perfect, I can see me in another video right there, so I can see that the resolution is not the best, but you can see pretty good amount of detail, but not everything. So these pieces are very better in person. So if you would like to come to my studio, feel free. And I just have to take one person or two persons at a time, not many people. The place is not large. Talking about experimenting, hey, I want to show you one of these first pieces when I started painting and when I came to America. See if we can show you. I'm gonna show you this because I still have this piece and I think it's gorgeous, even though it's probably not what I do now, but I just wanted to show you. This piece I made, and well, I made in different years, but it was done on New York City in 2004. But this one, I'm sure I started it was like 2000. So this piece, let me introduce you. This is Sophie, a cat, and this is another cat that I used to, it was my kitty, and she was Armin. So Sophie is an interesting story. See, this is totally different of what I do, but I think this piece deserves a little bit of space. Deserves a little bit of introduction. So you can see there's a lot of texture and the color. I worked with a lot of numbers before, but now I just do numbers by the binary code only. So 78, I don't know why I have some pieces with the number 78. I think it's because 78 was a year that I was born in 68. Not that you would like to know that, but so in 78 I was 10. I had a really happy childhood. I had a really happy song. I remember my uncles and all the family. It was a big family when I was growing up. So 78 probably is that memory that I get from those happy days. Then I mixed all those feelings with what was happening at that moment. That moment I was living in the Midwest in the United States, and this cat, her name was Ermin. So what the piece means is something interesting that happened to me. Maybe it was all just in my imagination, but you know, I give myself credit because I'm an artist, so I have to have that imagination. That was my imagination. It was awesome. So this was a cat that I used to go, you know, walk from wherever I was out working or doing other things. And when I come home, I live in this building downtown, and it was a really old building, very beautiful. I don't remember the name of the building, but it was amazing, very old in downtown. And this cat used to just sit there on the window, no, just taking the sun. I guess it was a white, gorgeous, like fluffy cat with blue eyes, and just sat there. Every time I was coming to the building, I saw the cat there, and I thought it was gorgeous. Then that happened for many months. So my cat, this Ermin, used to, when I opened the door of my apartment, she used to like run. I was in the same floor, but in different positions. So the cat used to like run to the door of this apartment where this kitty should be, you know, like they have the kitties. So I thought my cat really want to meet this cat. Maybe they smell each other or something, I don't know, cats, you know. And that happens for many months until one day I met the person of that apartment. I'm social, but I just don't get into people's business, you know. I go to my place, I close the door and blah blah. But someday I met the person that in the apartment. So I was like, you know, having this conversation. She was a very nice person. So I was like, my cat always, when I open the door, she always wanted to go and see your cat. And then this is what happened. It was like, she said, a cat? I don't really have a cat. And I was like, yeah, the white, puffy, gorgeous kitty with the blue eyes. It's like, no, I don't have a cat. And my cat wanted to go in there. I'm like, this is strange, what's going on? And I was like, but she said, then she like kind of like stopped, and then she said like, but I used to have a cat, and it was just the same cat that you describing. I was like, huh? And I was like, what? I guess I could see her cat. I don't know what was that. It was amazing. That's all I know. So the cat stood in my mind. I was like, how is it possible? I didn't even know this person. And she didn't have a cat, but the cat that I saw was the cat that she used to have. I'm like, is that a ghost of the cat? Huh? So that's why it has this color. It's great because apparently to me that's how it goes to the kitty. She was gorgeous. So that animal was beautiful. So I had to paint Sophie and Ermi, my cat. This is the name of this piece, Sophie and Ermi. That's the story. And this is an old piece. I love to keep it forever, but it's totally different. One more piece. Let's go back. Okay, this is a collection that has been shown in cities and places. A series of, I'm always like into the subject of love, even though love is a complicated subject. Some people don't believe in it. I do believe in love. Love is everything. This piece, I don't like to see my pieces crooked on camera. Crooked. Wait. Correct. But this piece is a 19 by 19 hand stretched canvas. I worked on this piece in 2014 for one exhibition that I had. This is called Love, and if you can see, probably not that well, the texture that you see there is the binary code, and it actually says love in binary code, and it's kind of like hiding with the texture and the colors. No, Da Vinci, I can't do all that, coding behind the pieces, but I can do this. And he's Da Vinci and I'm Lillig, so two different artists. Of course, I'm not pretending to be the same, but we have the same creative mind. That's why I put it. What about these pieces? The only thing that I can say about these pieces are they're about love, and there's 3 different pieces, and the way I like to set the installation is like one with the red. I have 2 red and black, and the other one is blue, totally and absolutely different. So it really like comes, when you see the size is not that large, it's at 19 by 19, but when you see the 3 of them in one installation, you always happen to bring your eyes to the mirror, and then you obviously go to the other pieces because they're beautiful to see. Let me bring the other 2 pieces, and notice the location of this square right here, and if you notice as well, it's only one little square, but it's different, but it's similar to my other works. And let me bring the other 2. I have them here. Let's go for this one and see if you notice the difference. Well, obviously you're gonna notice the difference. So notice the square in there, and then it's gonna look similar. Notice they're similar but different. It's the same size. This texture right here is concrete, and inside it is acrylics with like about 20 or 25 layers of history in this work. The square is larger, as you can see, and I'm gonna go for the one that always goes in the middle of these two pieces. So I hope you enjoy. This is a very amazing piece, and all of them they're called love. I think this piece is in my this piece is in my in the presentation, my profile on YouTube is this one, but it's on obviously a close up. This is the one that always goes in the center, and then the two other ones go on the side, so people always go straight to look at this one piece. It is I just like to see also the people expressions when they look at the work. I think my work inspired a lot of like optimism, which is great because it's very hard to keep yourself optimistic 100% and 24/7. So I think my work bring that to many of the viewers. So you know. I wish I have my conversation. Somebody asked me questions, so I can tell you more. But then I will have to go to the typing part, and I'm just not the greatest typer. I'm good with the mouse. I can do a lot of websites and work with graphics and use Adobe because I love Adobe. Now I'm using different programs for graphic design and manipulate images. I really enjoy that work as well. That's the second thing juicy for me to do, and everything that you see, all the websites, probably not perfect ones because as you can tell, my language is not my first, English is not my first language, so I speak Spanish primarily, but I like to make everything in English. That's how I keep myself learning, and my brain actually likes to use different languages. I also like Italian and a little bit of French. I just not that good because you need to practice. But I understand Italian and I understand a lot of French people when they speak. Only when they go too fast, but then obviously I get lost. Mostly when they say some words, I go like, oh, see, huh? Anyway, so what time is it? It's only 1:20, and we still have some hours to go. So I'm gonna let video run. Maybe my last video from my live studio. That was like yesterday. It's interesting because I can tell the story see if I can find this video and I'm gonna show it there for you. Yeah. close this guy for a sec. Pardon me 1 second. Well, let me open my YouTube and you actually can go right there. YouTube, please. I like YouTube. Even though the only thing I like to comment about YouTube, I have my own opinions. It's like the music. I do need some music in my live videos, and then you play something that you like on your radio or whatever, or you cassette player, something from the 70s or the 90s or whatever, and they just don't let you go with the video. So whatever you're saying, if you play that music, they actually tell you that you have to change. And I'm like, but that's the music that I want for this video. So I wish they do change that policy, or they have their own like music, you know, like all the programs, they have music. These guys have an editor, they have to add the music for the live video, because we need music. We need music. YouTube live video needs music. Nice music. Well, not that I'm complaining for the royalties, but the thing is, I went to the royalties, and then YouTube said that it wasn't royalty, and I was like, wait a second, these people here said in the description of the channel that is all royalty free. But then my video got like copyright notification there, and I was like, darn it. So I'm not putting any music in my videos, but anyway, little things, you know, that will enhance the channels. Here, let me show you my channel right here. This is my Stella Lillig studio channel. As you can see, I have a really close up of the piece that I was just telling you about. Piece about love. And that's me talking a lot. I talk a lot when I have the chance, even without any. I don't really need alcohol or anything, and I like talking, but I don't normally talk a lot, so that's why I have a lot of energy when I have this, you know, the chance to talk. And you people have patience with me because of my language is not my first language, but I do express myself well, and hopefully you get a lot of the things that I'm saying here. That would be nice. Here we go. Let me show you the video that I did yesterday, and so maybe if you bear with me, I'll come back to you, because I would like to have a cup of coffee and I have to go to the other side and do blah 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 blah. I don't want to tell you the whole process, but you can watch this video, which is amazing. I made it yesterday, and I was working in mini lyrics. That's another subject that I would like to talk eventually in these 6 amazing hours with the high line open studios today. I'm gonna be here tomorrow, and please look at this video. Oh wait, can you see it? No, because I have to do this. I apologize. I'm sure you see it. This is one of my first pieces. I have several, but some of them I just gave to my friends, and some other I sold, and this is the last one. I have this one. I have another one. It's called Iris, and this one is called Apple. And if you ask me why, because there are apples in there. And as you can see, it is totally and absolutely different but similar of what I'm working on. This is how I started. It was very, excuse me, it was extremely bold, the colors, but I like this. It was very, you can say tribal or childlike, and as you can see, was always extremely obsessed with the squares. You can see them inside of the childlike apple. These 12 apples, and they're like in the window, like floating. And this is like a background in the jar. Yeah, very childlike. This is some of my first pieces that I started in 2002, 2020 in the 200. Is it 200? 2000. In the 2000, and it has a little like signature, and it says Stella Lillig. It looks like a child painting. I like it. I still keep it, and this is very old. It is a vintage Lillig. I like it. I'm gonna bring the other one. I just wanted to share with you my first works. I happen to have them. I'm so excited that they didn't suffer from an accident that I had in May last year. It's like very sad, but let's not talk about sadness. Oh. My works at the beginning, and if you notice, this is concrete, so I've been using that material since I remember. I just think it's an interesting way to get texture, and then if you're gonna get into it, because it's very cool for texture, just one little tip: just work with gloves, because concrete or cement is very cancerous. So just to let you know. This is one 2000, year 2000. Second one is coming. As you will notice, the color was extremely flat, no texture, just very plain. Pretty, but it needed more. This is my work is been evolving so much since then. This one is called Iris. Iris is not a name of the person, which some people names are Iris, but no, this is about the eye. It looks like an eye from an AI, but this piece is a 2000 piece. As you can see, also I was using primary colors very much, very bold, and I was using, and I still use my tape, and I use use the X-Acto knives, so I can give this like curves, and you know, like it doesn't look like a machine made it, pretty much. That's that. I use all the primary colors here, and again my favorite orange and green. This green is, I don't think this I use expensive acrylics or professional. These were just acrylics from I don't know, from the general store, I think. So I wanted to apply this color, but that's why I end up using. If you notice also concrete on the side, meaning that I've been using concrete as a materials. Actually 20 years I've been using concrete with cloves. And what else I can tell you about this piece? This is just very funny story. I saw my first piece, I think it was called Mandy in the Woods. That was young person that I met a long time ago. Her name is Mandy, and we used to spend hours in the woods just because, talking and just doing things. She's a really nice person. She introduced me to a lot of American culture. And she was very generous in that way, and she is I don't know what she is now, but I believe she's very successful. So happy for Mandy, thumbs up. Anyway, these pieces, I used to work at camp in the Midwest. I started working with kids many years ago, painting and art. So that's how I start developing the work. I wasn't pretty sure if I wanted to be painting, so that's why these are not like my normal lilies. So just like my baby lilies with very bold colors, and it's all about the experience that I had when I was working at camp with the kids, and the young person Mandy and all her friends and her family, and it's all this. So this is like the colors, very bright. I like them. These pieces are very special, probably just for my own taste, because I don't know, I just like them. And this is Agnes. Now I'm gonna go back and show you another face from the same faces in the series. I just found this one. These are more heavy. As you can see, the other ones were light because the frame here is thinner, and when they have the concrete this piece here, it is about a young lady that I thought her face was really wonderful to use in the piece, and she let me take the photograph of her, so I chose the one that I thought it would be better for the piece. And as you can all of the pieces that I have shown you have the same color. Why? Because it's the series of that time. This one is Jackie, and I'm very appreciative of the people that let me use their face in my artwork. And I think faces are very special. You know, everybody have their own gestures, their own, you know, I mean, we have unique features, all of us. So I appreciate all that. And some faces, they don't have to be females. I do have males as well. This one piece that's called Eli, and there's this man, a model. But the faces that I chose, they don't have to be a model or a specific physique, or just the face, just the human. So I capture that when I have the opportunity to take a picture. Sometimes I see pictures that I wanna grab from other photographers, but I do rather take my own photography of the angle that I want on the face, and then that face will go in one piece. In this case, I'm using all just black and obviously my orange and purple. Everybody, this is Jackie. Okay, let me grab the piece before I take this down. I do have some pieces on canvas, but most of my pieces now are like flat, no canvas. Let me tell you about this one. This one is also an old piece, and it's not even framed, and it's been there for ages. So how old are you? It's probably, this is probably 2014. Let me take this down. This is the heavy image. I love the consistency. Look, I want to show you the back of the piece. This is not on canvas. This is like a canvas board. Yes. So when I frame them, this is 209. Interesting. When I frame them, I just, make them look all the same. And that's the name and the specific dimensions and the signatures on the back. Okay, let me move this out of the way. One second, gotta go back here. I don't know what's happening in this and what is moving too much. Alright guys, yeah, this is interesting. I have more walls and I have other pieces on the other side, but I thought just for these 2 days as well, I would like just to be here and just tell you piece by piece. The pieces that I chose are like the most strong ones. I go quotation marks because there are so many that they are very strong ones from different years. Let's go for this one, and I'll tell you what I did with this. Yeah, I know everything looks like upwards because the camera has the mirror effect, and it is a camera that I can know have settings. For some reason it doesn't have settings, so I have the mirror effect, meaning that everything looks the other way. Here, this is a piece that I worked on in 2014. The name of the piece is, as you can see in there, it says Iron Candy. And this piece I work on 4 12 by 12 canvases, and then I put them together and I glue them, and then I staple them, and they look they're very well glued, so it looks almost like I did this in purpose, like the line between canvas and canvas. It is interesting the way sometimes I just get it. What I can tell you about this piece. This piece is about me wanting something. I don't really eat candy, so this is for I listened before when I was working in some pieces. I used to listen to a lot of the 60s music. So there's one song that says I want candy, and pretty much you can say that that's the inspiration for this piece. Many times the inspiration of my works, are music, are people, are situations that I get into, like being in the train truck. That's gonna be a painting, and having the bird here is gonna be another painting, and so on. What else I can tell you about this piece? This piece I really think is beautiful. I want to show you the back of the piece, because when I work in pieces that I like putting together, like puzzle, I want them to look perfect. They will never look perfect, but that's my idea. So I spend a lot of time. No, actually not a lot of time. I'm pretty quick doing these things. Very handy. So, well, this one's gonna be a little sloppy in the back, but I'll give you an idea. I bought this canvas, this glue that apparently is very strong. It's stronger than anything. And I bought it, and then I apply the glue between the two, and I staple it. This is Jewish. My family has some Jewish background, and I used to carry this with me all over. I'm not religious, but my parents are, so my mother said that this is a good thing to have about them, so I just keep it there. Anyway, this one is called I Want Candy, and I went through all the trouble to get 4 canvases and make it this way. It looks pretty close. I think I put like those clamps in here, and I press it really hard so it look almost like it's one piece. And you can say that I am a little obsessed. Yeah. What else I can tell you about this piece? Well, this piece is for sale, and if you like it, please let me know. Any of those pieces that I have shown you, they're for sale. I do also offer my services of commissions, and when I do commissions, I'm very the person that will listen to you until I really totally and absolutely understand what you want, and then the final product is awesome. I always have persons that I make collaborations or commissions for. They're like for the finished work. Once there is this person that wants a car in the painting with all the texture and everything. I was like, oh, I think I can handle that. So I did. It was an oversized piece. I think it was a 4 by 5 by 4 or 4 by 5, pretty much. So it was a very interesting project. As you I like using, this is pretty like just in my works. You will see sometimes, not always. I work with stencils, and I do this, write messages. Lately I just like writing the message and like binary code, because we have to have messages in pieces. Some artists have different sort of way to express their messages and express themselves. I do with stencils and binary code. I'm gonna leave the wall naked for now. Excuse me for a second. Let's see what piece I'm gonna print you now. How about this one? Hey, I have a frame that I haven't. Now this piece is so beautiful and it's been around. This piece is about Broadway. The year is 2010. This piece is 2010. The name of this piece is Broadway, as you can see. And I remember once I was in the train station, and this is what I saw when I go to the train. You know, these are like the train tracks, and that's the tunnel that you go. So that's how I got the inspiration for this piece, pretty much. It's red, it has yellow ochre and a lot of blue. It was I started this piece, and there is this person that she was my supporters, you know, this piece, it has many layers, and the beginning of the layer says the joy of dance, and the joy of dance was the beginning of this piece. And dancing in Broadway, and everything goes together. But this piece was about I was inspired by that person that supports my work so much for many years, until she passed this year on April. Yeah, she's still here, but she's not here. And so this is one of the many pieces that I was inspired by her. She has many of my words. She has her face is in many of the pieces. I made paintings of her cats, and she's a very amazing friend and lovely person. So she was always in my heart, and she always will. And many of my works are about that exchange of energy that we always had. I just met her. We met online, and she came from her place to visit New York, because she was in New York because she had family also already here. But she came to see me, and we met in person, and we exchanged a really nice friendship with the husband, also a very amazing person. So this piece is about joy, and she's awesome. She loved dancing and all this, so I was just felt great just to paint about joy. That's her name, Joy. So I paint over joy, but if you get closer to the work, then you might see that it says joy of dance in the background. That one using white, so you can still see, but there's so many all over that you probably have to have like x-rays or something to see all the pieces, all the layers. And I haven't seen this piece in so long. So this piece, it is a, let's see if I recall, it's a 40 by 40. That's the entire dimensions of the piece, and it's still, you can say it's a little bit still in progress, because I still don't feel that it's done to me. But let's say that somebody wants it like this, and so then I sell it. But to me, it needs more layers. Like, I'm all about the layers. Some of these works have about 30-35 layers. Of course, there is a thickness at the beginning, and to give texture and depth. But the rest of the layers are really